I don't know. I came across that little bit of a story here. There is a guy in Cleveland who is tired of cars running into his own house all the time. And then we have that little bit of a goofy picture here. And so let's take a look at the video here. I found it so goddamn funny. And then I looked at Google Street View, and you can see his mental decline, like in throughout the years. Okay, let's take a look at this.
It is a sight to see, the signs in front of this Cleveland Heights home after dealing with crash after crash.
We told you about one of those crashes back in 2021. Another happened in 2022. And we went back last year to tell you about a near miss. And a year later, the homeowner says he still feels like the city has not.
Everything is set so far away from the walls, like the walls facing the street. Like, all of that thing is basically like, you must live in fear of losing whatever is street facing to a car. His car is being used as a dartboard for cars. I don't know why. I'll be honest, I watched the video, and it does a piss poor job of explaining that, so much so, he poops every time a horn blows, or every traffic, like every car light, because he's basically like facing an intersection. So he's basically in front of a T, right? So there's kind of a boulevard on which he is, and then there's a street coming up to his house. And every time a car must come up that street, he must be shitting his pants. He must be, that must be ruffling his jimmies. Well, you'll see. The guy he's not doing too well.
To prevent this from continuing to happen. So, News 5's Nadina Busada shows you now how he is taking matters into his own hands.
Off South Taylor Road, there's flashing lights, a speed bump.
What's going to happen when a car going 85 miles an hour hits that speed bump?
And even rocks.
The city put those rocks in place.
So now he has a little bit of an archaeological dig in front of his house to ensure that maybe that will catch something coming. Like, he's on constant alert. The guy is like a soldier in MGS with the exclamation mark over his head, but like constantly twing, twing.
Temporary measure.
But for John Gow, it's still not enough to keep his home safe from erratic drivers.
I'm painting another sign. This sign's going to go somewhere with the one that says the cowards won't talk because they're chicken bleep mother froggers.
Gow bought his home in 1990.
So the guy is like, he's so mad, but he's trying to be proper and have etiquette. Like, he's so besides himself.
Where the lawn now sits, filled with signs
so good.
at this intersection.
There's so many quips. So every time he has, like, your mother's a fat whore, like, everything that comes across his mind, he puts, like, he Bob Rosses it in front of his lawn in the hopes that it'll be so insulting and so outrageous that everyone will avoid him. Like, every time he has a quip, something like, your wife's ugly, Jim, or whatever, he Bob Rosses it in front of his lawn. It's so goofy.
They ignore the problem. The problem is right here. I'm the only one that's ever been hit.
That's because in the past 10 years, he says, 3 cars have crashed into it.
Well, the first crash actually took out my pickup truck that was parked in the driveway. I believe that was 2012.
The second was in 2021, where News 5 covered a police chase.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Who? Okay, I'm gonna show you after. I'm gonna show you after. I don't get it. You'll see. I don't get it.
Gal's kitchen. Then another in 2022, taking out his garage.
Guardrail? You'll see. I found when that started to appear.
This one is
I can't get. Like he's pouring his heart out. I can't get homeowners in like Florida.
I can't get homeowners insurance. I currently have insurance, but they've jacked the rates, and if I have one more claim, I'm being dropped.
Gal says his home used to have a guardrail in front
So
of it,
many.
but in the early
Imagine
2000s,
his insurance
it was
company.
removed, and the city won't put a new one in place.
They offered fair market value. Well, I don't have a mortgage.
All he wants is the peace of mind that a car won't come flying through his wall. Until he gets it, Gal plans to keep painting.
And so do you think these signs help?
They help me because I don't know
Yeah.
what else to do. It's cathartic.
This is where that guardrail used
The
to be. And
catharsis,
Gal wants
the
to see a
catharsis,
new one.
and-
He's hired
and
an
just
attorney and plans
learning
to
how
keep
to paint.
adding
Hey,
signs
if
until
anything,
he sees
he's
some
learning a
change
skill,
in
a trade
response
even.
from the city. Now,
You know,
we
these
reached
little
out to
pieces of
Cleveland Heights
arts,
City Hall for
that'll pay
comment.
a
We're
new
waiting
house
to
real
hear
quick.
back.
Once
Reporting in Cleveland Heights,
once
AJW
this
Sun.
catches up to the masses, as you can see, they have made a real piss poor job of explaining like what's the issue. So hey, I took the time, to dig a little because hey, so here is the intersection in question. This is like his house is on this little boulevard here, and the street leading up to it is basically right here. So that's the street. It's a 2 lane, one each, one direction each. And I don't know. I honestly, it can't be this side traffic that's just fuck your house and come crashing. So yeah. So how come this traffic, this oncoming traffic, is flying up so fast that they just crashes into his house here, and not this one, and not this one, this one. Fuck this one. That was in July 2022, and you can see the descent into madness. You can see more dates. If we go back in 2020, see it's clean. There's nothing. We're fine. We're fine. There was trees at one point. That's when the descent into madness starts. That's when the Bob Rossing starts to happen here. We don't have anything more recent, sadly. Google Street View stopped going there because, well, insurance was probably too high to take that road. Now the whole yard is riddled with little pieces of these beautiful thoughts that he's carrying in his mind. Every time he has a thought crossing his mind, it goes in front of his lawn. And the more insulting, the better. You don't want anybody to start to warm up to this house. Never. So, yep, this guy is seeing more cars penetrating his house than I'm seeing body to body contact. It do me that way.